Hi everyone, I am Ista Ra, and I'm here with a message for you today. I am a twin flame, if you don't already know that, and I have been conscious of the fact that I came here to be with my twin flame since I was 5 years old. Since that time, I've always looked for my other half, and I did meet my twin flame about 11 years ago. I kind of resisted the whole journey a little bit at the beginning because I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't understand it, even though I was looking for him and I knew it was him as soon as I met him. He actually seemed to be more conscious of it than I was. And then fear set in. That whole come together and then repel each other happened. So I have been on the journey, as I said, for about 11 years. And, from time to time, I get some really profound twin flame information, and it's been incredible. So if you would like to check some of that information out, feel free to check my blog out, aprildamato.blogspot.com. Also, you can check my website out, soulstarhealing.com. I am creating this video today. I hope it works and I hope it comes out well because honestly, I tried it once just a few minutes ago and it did not work. I'm hoping it will continue. About a couple weeks ago, I was sitting down and let me start back. So a few months ago, I've been saying to my guides, what is my mission? What am I supposed to be doing now? I feel like I've evolved. Something has changed. In case you didn't know, my background is I'm a psychic, a medium, channel. I am a healer. I do clearings. I do all kinds of teaching. That has been my journey, for the last, I want to say last 12, 14 years. And I didn't know what was going on because things seem to have changed and I've changed. So I've asked my guides for clarity as to what direction I should be going in. What should I be doing next? And I've been getting tremendous amounts of information about twin flames over the last few months. Now, again, I've gotten over the years many bits and pieces of information about twins and especially my journey, but also about other people. And in the last couple of years, I've been getting more and more twins coming into my life. Even I've been holding like meditations for a twin flame group here that's local, but I've also been doing, other work with twins, just in a higher dimensional level, if you will. So recently, I've been working with the Twin Flame Collective. So a few months ago, I asked, what am I supposed to do? Give me a sign what I'm supposed to do. Because as you may or may not know, I am not in physical union with my twin as of yet. I do believe it's coming very quickly. This is the time. I didn't know what to do. So I've been getting tons of messages about twins. So about 2 weeks ago, I sat down with a friend and now I don't have a background in tarot. I am a psychic. I'm a medium. So I use spirit, me, angels, guides, star being energies. So using all of that energy, that's how I read people. I don't actually go into using cards. I tried, but let me tell you, when I would turn a card over, more information would come faster than I could actually say with cards. So I stopped using cards. I tried, like I said, and so now recently I have a deck of cards, tarot cards. They're inner child tarot, also known as the fairy tale tarot. And I was guided to take them out when my friend was here. And so we were sitting and talking, and all of a sudden I got the very clear message of here's a spread to use now. This is for twin flames. This is to give advice and guidance as to what's happening on this journey, what's happening on this path. And I was actually surprised about my experience with the tarot. So over the last couple weeks, I've been doing readings for other twin flames, and I've been getting really good feedback, and I feel like the messages have been pretty clear for people. And so I decided to put out this video today to kind of look at what's going on with divine feminine masculine now at the present time. What are we going through? What can we expect? And I'm using the spread that my guys created. It's a 10-card spread, and it's actually an 11-card spread. 10 cards down, at the end you pull one last card for an overall situation. So I wanted to offer that to you all today about what's happening and where we're going. I love doing the work I do. And one of the cool things about this is I get to use the cards in a way that I've never used cards before. And I also get to use my intuition, allowing me to see what jumps out to me on the cards versus me trying to figure it out. Plus it helps remove me as a human twin flame that's gone through some struggles, ups and downs with this whole journey. So I'm actually becoming more objective by reading the cards this way. So I hope it helps you, and let's begin. And I want to begin by pulling a divine masculine card. So what I want to mention briefly is divine masculine, divine feminine, it doesn't mean male or female. It simply means whoever's carrying the vibration of a divine masculine, whoever's carrying and living the vibration of divine feminine. It could be male, female. It could be same-sex couples as well, just so you know. And so let's begin, and I'm going to pull the card for the divine masculine as of currently what's going on now. So the card I'm pulling is 10 of crystals. Let me show you the card. Let's bring it over here. Hopefully you can see it. If you look at the card, you can kind of sense there's a tree, Christmas tree. Oops, wrong side. Christmas tree, you see stockings, and you see a fire. So when I look at this card, the first thing I'm drawn to in this is the fire. And the little man at the fireplace. He's the only male in the card. So when I look at that, I actually see him kindling, putting the log on a fire. To me, it's feeding the fire, feeding the spark, feeding the message, feeding whatever his soul needs at this present moment. I feel like he's feeding. So to me, it's like at this moment, the masculine is actually taking whatever knowledge he has and working with it and feeding it. So it's like feeding his dreams, feeding his hopes. Because when you think of Christmas, you think of joy and magic and things happening, amazing things happening. And so I feel like he's feeding that energy, the fantasy, the future, the beliefs. I feel like that's what he's feeding. So when I look at that card, so let's look at his past. Oh, when I pull out his past, the card I see is the fairy godmother card. And when I look at her, hopefully you can see that. When I look at her, she's got her magic wand, and you can see like all the little magical things coming down here. And you see the pumpkin. So it's from Cinderella, the fairy godmother. And when I look at this, I actually see her like using her wand, creating magic. So when I look at this and this being the past, I feel like this is the activations, the divine masculine activations that are coming in 2016. If you didn't already know, there's tons of activations happening, awakening specifically for the twins to call, basically a call of action to all twin flames. We're in 2016 at the 9 year, so a lot of things are completing and closing. It also makes way for new beginnings and for where we're supposed to be on this divine path. So when I look at this card, to me, it signifies what just passed for the males or the masculine is that they are being awakened. So the awakening happened. And now when I put the other card together with it, the awakening happened. And now, look, he's actually kindling fire. He's actually doing something with it. Now, what I want to mention to you is that a lot of this stuff that happens up in the etheric before it lands here on Earth. Just so you know and you're aware, this is happening. It's integrating within your twin. So starting with the past, activations happen. Now, for some, they happened quickly, came into reality and activated the male actually in the present. Others, it activated in a higher dimension, and it's going to come down through the dimensions, depending on their frequency and their vibration and how much growth they've done. So for some twins, you might not actually recognize it right away. Other twins, you're going to notice it pretty quickly. We're all moving forward at a really rapid rate. So even if you didn't notice it right away, you're going to start noticing things that happen. If you're not in contact with your twin, that's okay, because etherically you're going to notice it, you're going to sense it, you're going to feel things that are going to bring information to you that will show you that, oh, he's awakening or she's awakening, whoever the divine masculine is. In my case, my twin flame is a male. So this is the activation. This is the awakening. This is the kindling of fire and building from there and envisioning the future, thinking about perhaps the future. And those who have twins that are still married or still in relationship with other people, this is the male reflecting and deciding what to do, recognizing the families down here and the females behind him. So it's as if this part of their life is changing and they know it, and so they're kindling the fire to change it. Let's look into the future for the masculine. This card, I love this card. It has a beautiful butterfly, and it signifies amazing transformation. Because when you think of butterflies, you think of caterpillars, and then or as my niece would say, caterpillars. You would think of change, transformation, and huge changes and shifts. This is an angel overlooking the earth. Now, if you think about the whole journey of the male, the masculine, he's trying to figure out who he is, why he's here. So in the first card we saw in the fairy godmother, he got who I am. I'm a twin flame. Activation, activation. I'm a twin flame. And then in the next card, he's like, wow, I'm a twin flame. What am I supposed to do with this? And how am I supposed to get to my beloved? Where do I get to my divine feminine? How do I do that? So that's sitting within him now, and he's trying to figure that out. And that's the kindling. You know, let's work on this and figure things out. But he's doing this on his own. It's not necessary for you at the moment. And then you go to the future for him, and you see him strong and powerful overlooking this beautiful earth. Now, to me, that's the why am I here? What am I supposed to do? This is my mission. So to me, when you put all three of those cards together for him, he's actually moving forward, and he's going to be ready to carry out his mission. That is what he's going to embody. So for me, the future is he's going to soon embody why he's here. That's what I see as the masculine. Now let's look at the feminine energy. So the divine feminine at present, I like this card. Two of Hearts. Ooh, wrong way. There we go, better one. Two of Hearts. So I see two mermaids. One is a merwoman and one is a merman. And I see two dolphins, and I also see a beautiful rainbow. So when I look at this card, I see she, if you can notice that the dolphins up here, they're going this way. Oops, sorry, wrong way. They're going this way. They're coming towards him. So she's sending to him balance. She's sending love to him. She's sending missions and dreams and hopes. And if you look at it, the pink and purple dolphins symbolize to me enlightenment as a purple, and I think an intuition and telepathy. And I also think as a pink as divine unconditional love, Christ consciousness, awareness, and awakening. And so when I look at her, I feel like I look at this picture and I see all the ocean in the background. And as you know, water symbolizes often, it symbolizes for us emotion. But if you look, they're outside of the ocean. They're not in the ocean anymore. They're actually sitting outside, and she's sending love to him. So to me, she's reached a balance point. She reaches a point where she feels in balance. She feels sacred. She feels safe. And so she's feeling, I can actually do this now. I can send him healing. I've done some of my work. Now it's time for me to do a little work on him. So that's where I feel the feminine is at the present. Let's look at her past and see if that makes any sense. So this card is the Nine of Hearts. When I look at this card, I see the rainbow, but it's in the background. If you notice, rainbow's in the background. And if you look here, the waterfall, lots of blessings, lots of water coming in. But I also see the depth of the ocean. She's in the middle of it. She's covered in emotion, that's what my feeling is, and she's receiving, trying to capture some of the blessing. But when I look at it, I see the four waves of water coming in, and she's receiving only one. So to me, it's being out of balance with her emotions and really not opening fully her heart to really receive. Perhaps because she's stuck in emotion. She has some fears, some old stuff in her way. So this card here symbolizes to me a little bit of out of balance, a little bit out of emotion, not able to totally receive everything right now. But it's there. It's just not being seen. So that's what I see with this card, which makes sense because if you look at this card and the present situation together, you can see how she's evolved from being in the ocean to being out of the ocean and creating balance and sending to her twin, sending love. Now let's look at the future for her. Oh, I like this card as well. This is the Eight of Wands. Oh, I gotta get the hang of this yet. So this Eight of Wands, if you see, there's like a group of beings coming together. They're all angelic beings, if you will, because they have wings or fairies, and they're lighting the fire. So I see that there's also the comet. Remember, in the masculine, he too had the beautiful butterfly, signifying transformation and change and evolution. Well, she has the same thing as well. When I look at this card, I see all of these beings together. So to me, this is her envisioning and her bringing together the divine masculine with her and all other divine feminines working together to create fire, like to light up our planet. So when I look at this, I see, I don't really see the fire as fire. I see it as light for the planet. It's almost like we all come together. Let's all work together to create the world we want to be in. And that's what I see these beautiful beings representing, the twins. And if you look up here at the top, there's an owl. So to me, it's like they're bringing this wisdom forward. And also behind the owl is a full moon. So it's bringing everything together in abundance. And so as I look at this a little further, it feels really good to me. And it feels like it's time. She's getting to the place where it's time. This is what we're here to do. So if you think about their two cards together for the future, I'm going to bring those up so we can see them. So the divine masculine over here, actually let's keep it on your right. Is that your right? No, that's your left. Let's on the right hand side. So when I look at these cards, when I think of him right here, look at that, transformation and transformation together. But when I look at him, he is ready to heal the planet. He's like, this is my mission. This is what I'm supposed to do. And she's right there saying, yes, we are. We're here to light up the planet. So together, the cards match. All right, let's look at some more. Let's look at how he sees you, how the divine masculine sees the divine feminine. Oh, so I turn this over. It's called the Ace of Crystals. And if you see this magnificent rainbow coming down, right here is this giant diamond or crystal. And I heard he sees you as a diamond in the rough. He has been through so much and so much difficulty and so much trauma and pain and suffering on this planet as the masculine energies, particularly in this lifetime. He's struggled. He's been deeper into duality than you have. And he is like blessed to see you as this giant diamond in the rough. So like even though he's been through so much, he looks at you in awe as he looks at the work I've done to bring myself into a place where I can actually see this now. So he's reflecting on this beautiful diamond. So he sees divine feminine as this diamond in the rough. It's like he struck gold. So if you look at the rainbow, it lands right there. So in his mind, it's kind of like the leprechaun thing, you struck gold. He struck the diamond in the rough. And you are it as a divine feminine. Let's look at how the divine feminine looks at the divine masculine. Oh, interesting. So this is the Midas touch. This card here represents, this way, represents the Midas touch. And as you look at the Midas touch, you see Midas creating just from looking, envisioning. And here's what he's creating, his feminine. So what I see when I look at this card for the divine feminine and how she views the divine masculine is that he is all powerful and he can create anything that he wishes and he desires. And she is going to assist him in seeing that part of him. Because I don't think the divine masculine views himself that way. Just as I don't think we, the divine feminine, often identify ourselves as a diamond in a rough. Usually we feel kind of sad, disappointed because they're not here with us. So we assume that, oh boy, they don't really care about us. They don't feel the way we do. That's a huge deal. So when I look at this one here, what I'm seeing is this beautiful gold creation of the divine feminine through the divine masculine. So she sees that when they're together, they're whole and complete, that they are one, and that he can make that happen. That's how she sees it, that he is coming in to make this happen for her, whether he knows it or not. So that's what I see in this card. Now let's look at the past relationships between the two of you, what the connection has been. Again, you may or may not know your twins. You may or may not be in union with your twin, but there is a connection between the two of you. Oh, I like this one too. Oh, the fairies. The fairy cards are so beautiful. This is Two of Wands. And if you look at the Two of Wands more closely, you will see this beautiful fairy looking down in the water where you see right there a reflection. So to me, this card symbolizes the remembrance of being who we are. So for those of us who've actually met our twins, both of us on some level, not conscious necessarily, have recognized, I see you in me. I see me in you. As many people may or may not say, I often say to my twin in meditation, I am you and you are me. We are one in unity. And this speaks to me as we were one always. I always see the reflection of who I am, and the reflection of who I am is who he is. So the divine feminine and divine masculine see one of each, see each other within each other. So that's what this card, I love that for the past. So let's look at the future. This card is Mother Goose with the golden egg in the background. This card is, it's, to me, it's not the prettiest of the deck. It's not the most beautiful of the deck. But what this shows me is abundance, new beginnings, growth, fertility. When you think of egg, you think of fertility and new beginnings and birth. So I love this for being the twin flame future. I love that this shows that we are headed into the direction of coming together. And, when I look at this, again, I see the star system, the sun, the moon, and this, or actually that might even be the earth, to be honest, that might be the earth and the sun. This here, this golden egg represents new beginnings. So as I was saying earlier, this is your closures and endings. We're ready for this new beginning, are we not? And I feel that as we keep going on this journey, we are coming to create this new beginning. And it's going to be created because he over here is going to remember why he's here. He is going to remember what to do next. And she, the feminine, is going to bring us all. Let's put this card over here. So all three of these cards together symbolize and symbolize and create the new beginning, because she knows how to bring. He's like, I'm ready to do this. This is what I'm here for. She's like, let's do this all together. There's other help here. It's not just you and I. It's all of us. And then this one here is like, together, all this together, we can create our new beginning. I love this card. Now let's pick one more card, the 11th card. And this one I have not laid out yet, so let me just go through here and pick what is an overall message that we need to know as twin flames about the present. When I look at this card, I pull the Four of Swords. Now, when I look at this card, I see, I believe it's an elf. Here we go, right here. And there's a sword. He's got a dove in his hand over here. And there's a raft, and there's like 3 other people. And then if you look far off in the distance, you see this little building or tunnel for them to go through. So when I look at this card, immediately I get for the overall situation. And by the way, swords, the one thing I do know about tarot is swords is all about your mind and your mental acuity, your mental awareness. So when I look at this card, what I actually see in this card is that getting our mind clear and focused, we can achieve anything and everything. And our focus needs to be on our divine union. Now, for each person, your focus on your divine union may be different. It may not be exactly the same. So for some of us, the focus on divine union might simply be focusing upon ourselves and getting clear on what we need to do. What's our next step on our journey? Because if we're not in balance, if we're not feeling all that, we're in all that emotion still, then we need to get some clearing done. We need to do some energetic work. We need to align our chakras. We might need to do some growth. So that might be individually, we need to focus on that. Or if you're at a different level, because every twin flame journey has its own level. So the next level could be simply, it's time to send love, as we saw on the other card with the 2 mermaids, the mer woman sending to the merman the beautiful love energy, because she's ready. She's ready to send the love energy. She's no longer in the emotion. She's able to send it from a place in her heart, from a higher vibrational frequency, not from the lower want, I need. It's more from, I'm at a balance and I love you and I know that you need my support, so I'm going to send it to you. That may be the focus. And then another focus might simply be you working together and communicating better. learning how to speak to each other. So this card to me is all about focus, and do it in a way that's peaceful. And it's navigating the waters, because you see they have a raft, so they're building upon everything. So everything to me, when I see the building, the raft, I think of building, and I think of floating through, and I see that there, oops, wrong way. He's going through the water. He is focused straight ahead. That's what I want. That's where I'm going. And if this is your journey as a twin flame, then you need to get a little serious about what it is you wish for, what it is you desire. There's lots of things that gets in the way, like lots of obstacles, obstructions, interference, and things that prevent us from full union and mission. And I have to tell you, I was someone who didn't really believe all that at first, but obviously it's been 11 years. And I've learned that over the years, it is not difficult once you start to navigate and understand it. The difficulty is time was moving much slower when I met my twin, much slower growth, much slower frequency, and I wasn't learning nearly as quickly as I am now, and my vibration has risen really high. So the more you raise your vibration, the more in alignment you get. And the one thing that I want to mention is my guides have always said to me, keep going on your path. Take care of you. Do what you need to do for you. Because once you do, your twin will jump up to where you are. Even if you think he's lower frequency, he will jump to where you are. So I want to have you trust that, because that's very important for you. And I want to say, the more I focused on me and did my work, the more I'm seeing my twin do the same thing. And he's doing it. And guess what? I'm not fixing him. I'm not changing him. He's doing it. And he has the power. So the divine masculine, divine feminine, we all have the abilities we need within us to create this. Sometimes we need help because we can't always see what's outside of us. Often when we're in something, it's hard to see, but you need someone objective. And I tell you, I have friends I go to and ask for assistance with that, because sometimes the objectiveness isn't there for myself. That's why the cards are good too. For me, I find that being really objective when I do readings for myself, or any friends that I have that are twin flames. So I want to wish you well. I want to tell you to stay focused on your journey. Don't give up. Fight through it as much as it seems difficult. It's really worth it. Your twin is you, and you are him, or you are your twin. I just want you to find that love inside of you, and then be able to share that outward to the world, because we need it so much on our planet at this time. So I want to thank you for listening to my video, and thank you for taking the time to watch this. And I wish to offer you assistance anytime that you need. Please contact me. My name is Ista Ra April, and you can find me at april@soulstarhealing.com. You can call me as well, but I prefer that you email at april@soulstarhealing.com. And I'm offering readings, and if you're interested, please feel free to contact me, and we can schedule something for you through Skype. Thank you, and have a blessed day. Namaste.